So what I'm about to tell you could be the solution to many of your current problems, and I can tell you this because it's been the solution to many of my own. Now, throughout my life, nearly every single roadblock that I've run into, whether it's been in my career, my fitness and training, my personal life, or even my financial situation, originated from this one singular point, and that's been the story that I've been telling myself about who I am. Now, people that have been following me for a while will know that when I was a child, my parents were alcoholics, and the violence between them was pretty insane. My father actually ended up leaving when I was just a couple of years old, and my mother was also a drug addict and criminal. So life really wasn't good. I had little schooling or general care from my mother. So this then started to shape who I believed I was at my core and what I was capable of. I certainly didn't consider that I could be intelligent or smart because no one around me appeared to be, and no one ever encouraged me to be. I didn't imagine that I could have money because no one around me had money, and the little bit they did have, they just spent on drink and drugs. And I certainly couldn't have comprehended that I could own my own business because no one around me had a job half the time. Destroying relationships was second nature. Leave people before they leave you was ingrained into me from day one. And I continued to blame this whole story on every situation that happened to me because I was unable to accept that I had the power to redirect my entire life. When anything became challenging, I would just give up, justifying it by saying I didn't deserve it, or it was only hard for me because I didn't have the same chances in life as more wealthy people, or I didn't have enough education as someone else. That's why it was hard for me. It's taken me this long to realise all I had to do was start changing the storyline about who I told myself I was. Now this storyline impacts everything. It can also be the reason why you're struggling with weight loss, because at some point you're going to have a bad day at work. And when you do, that little voice in your head will start telling you that same storyline that's been keeping you battling with being overweight for however many years you can remember. And that voice will just keep getting louder and louder until you give in and you stay stuck in that cycle and it won't let you out. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. There will be hard times and it's been challenging for me. But gradually, the more I practiced this, the more resilience I built up. I now know I am not the person that storyline was telling me I was. That when things got tough, all you had to do was quit and run away. Or change jobs when you had to graft a little bit. I am now finding success in my career because I'm not running from challenges, and I absolutely love what I do. I get a buzz from helping people every day. And this reinforces that storyline about who I truly am, and I believe it now. I am a caring, passionate human being who wants to help as many people as he can break away from the life that has been dragging them back. Now, what started this understanding for me was a client and a very close friend. He said to me, Justin, you need to let go of the anchor that's holding you back. Now, when he said this, at the time I heard it, but it took me nearly 5 years to actually process that information and for it to truly sink in. I suddenly realised I was constantly self-sabotaging. Now my life is completely different. My life is on a different trajectory. And it's all because of this shift in mindset. So, if like I was then, you are sabotaging yourself with a narrative that's holding you back, maybe for you, this is your friend saying, it's time to let go of that anchor that's holding you back. Now it's time for you to tell yourself a new story about who you are and keep doing it until the evidence becomes so apparent. You don't just think it, but you know it in your core and you are living your best life.